You guys see that? I'm going to stand down here because I think it's a little too much if I'm up here. Would you guys agree? Yeah? It's a little bit better down here. Okay. First of all, I just want to really thank Abe and Bao and everybody for just setting this all up. I really appreciate all you guys being here and having the opportunity to share with you guys, because I came to a Real Men's Breakfast about 1.5 years ago, and I had the pleasure of meeting Abe, and now I'm a part of Hope Church as well because Abe runs a church, and I'm just super excited to share with you guys, okay? However, I do want to challenge you guys on something, because this is the Real Men's Breakfast for a reason, right? So we want to become the real version of ourselves. Am I right? Okay, so I got a question for you guys first. This is how we're going to start this. So we're very fortunate to have Luke here, right? I don't know if you guys got a chance to meet him, but he was an all-star NHL player. And how many of you guys watch sports? Raise your hands. Okay, pretty much everybody. Okay, question for you. When you've been watching sports, or you watched your family member, maybe your kids, somebody participating in a sport, how hard did you cheer?
Really hard.
Real hard, right? Like at the Stanley Cup. Anybody watching the finals right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay. How hard do you guys cheer when the finals is on? Honestly. Hard, right? So look, I want everybody to stand up real quick, okay? Let's get fired up here, because this is the thing. We could have been doing anything else on a Saturday morning, but you guys chose to be here with us today. So I want to commend you guys for that. And the challenge that I want to give you guys is, as hard as you're willing to cheer for other people that have a different jersey, what if you cheered that hard for yourself? What if you cheered that hard for yourself because you guys know you're meant for greatness? So if I challenge you to cheer hard for yourself right now, do I have your guys' full commitment?
Yeah.
Sorry, let's say that again. Do I have your guys' full commitment?
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Okay, repeat after me. I am relentless.
I am relentless.
We got to get louder. I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable.
I have no fears.
I have no fear.
Is that how you guys cheer for the Stanley Cup? One more. I am great.
I am great.
I am meant for greatness.
I am meant for greatness.
I am the energy in the room.
I am the energy in the room.
All right, that's good. How you guys feeling now? There you go. Feeling a little more fired up? I love that. Okay. Hey, thank you guys for participating. Because, look, I know that's uncomfortable, and I know it's a little weird, but that's why I framed it the way that I did. Because how hard do we cheer for other people that are doing other things when we're not cheering so hard for ourselves and for our own lives? So this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to share a little bit about my story, but I wanted to start with that because I want you guys to start cheering for yourself every day that you wake up, and get after it and get that fire in your belly to win that Stanley Cup of life, right? Because you guys got to remember, you guys are the players in the game. You guys aren't on the sidelines. So let's remember that, okay? Appreciate you guys doing that. All right. Now I want to share a little bit about my background, a little bit about my story. So this is just me having a conversation with you guys. But I'll tell you guys a little bit, because the first lesson I want to give you guys is having the ability to overcome adversity. Because I know every single one of you in this room has some type of challenge that you're facing right now. Even my man Logan, right there, is probably having some challenges, even though he's super young. But you don't know when those challenges are going to come. And the thing that I love about the Real Men's Breakfast is when you're in the storm, guess what? You have a brotherhood around you that can pull you out of the storm. So I want you guys to know that we have your back, and we're here to pull you out of that storm. And I'll share a little bit about some storms that I had to overcome in my life. So I'm 34 years old now, but when I was younger, my mother, God rest her soul, she passed away about 4 years ago. And at the end of 2011, she got very sick. And she came home one day, was coughing all the time, didn't know what was going on, finally went to the doctor. And one doctor told her she had tuberculosis. And then she didn't believe it. She was in disbelief. She went to another doctor. That doctor said that she was fine. So of course, my mom's like, you know what? I'm going to listen to that doctor, right? I'm sure you guys been in a situation like that before. Sure enough, one day she was at work and she fainted. They had to call an ambulance, went to the hospital. They did a biopsy, found out that she had pulmonary hypertension, pulmonary fibrosis, so that's scarring on your lungs. Essentially, you're losing your lung function, okay? My mom was super young, and she passed away at 53. So this happened when she was about 45 or 46 when she first got sick. And so this is when I got hit with the storm, because at that same time, I was 20 years old at the time. My mom got sick, and my dad just moved out. So I was like, okay, Denny, you got to be the man of the house. You got to pay the bills. You got to take care of your sister. And guess what? I didn't have a choice. So I got up and I started working 7 days a week, doing construction, working at a nightclub 2 nights a week, and just no sleep. Still more sleep than I've been getting this last week with the baby, but still, I'm just giving you that as context. But I went through this storm, and I just remember being so positive. And I read this book called The Secret, and they talk about the law of attraction and how powerful it is just to be positive, okay? And I had to get into my mom's head and let her know, Mom, you're going to be fine. You're going to be strong. Don't worry. Sure enough, she listened to that, and it shifted her mindset, and she shifted her belief system. And she started to think that she could have a miracle and that she could get that double lung transplant. One day we were out with family, we got the call. Guess what? God calling, miracle. Hey, we have a donor. And we rushed up to Edmonton, and my mom got a double lung transplant. And I got another 6.5 years with my mom. And I'm so thankful for that. But what got me through that was being positive, having faith, being a pillar of strength for my family. So I share that with you guys because whatever you guys got going on right now, just remember, you will get out of that storm. It's just a matter of persevering and just keep pushing forward. And I learned so many lessons from going through that. And that's the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys. That adversity, it created the man that I am today. I wasn't always as confident. I wasn't going to be able to come up here and talk to you guys. Like, this is not easy to do, right? But throughout those trials and tribulations, I became who I am today. But the second thing that I want to share with you guys, and this is directly related to what I was talking about at the start. So I want to talk to you guys about self-belief. Because I feel like a lot of times we don't believe something's possible for us. For some reason, we grew up in a certain environment and we don't think that we can do things that other human beings have done. Raise your hand if you've ever had a doubt like that in your head. You've ever had a thought. I've had it. We've all had it. Where you look at somebody like, man, I can't do that. I don't know if I can do that. But I'm here to tell you guys that that's not reality. And I'll share a little bit about my background. I was talking to Moose about this. I grew up in Northeast Calgary, and we moved around so many times, never owned any property. Both my parents were bad gamblers. All their money went to the casino. And we had times where the electricity got cut off. We had times where the gas got cut off, the water bill. So I had to have cold showers before it was cool to have cold showers. And I know you guys know what it is now. Cold shower, cold bath, cold plunge, everything first thing in the morning, right? But I had to do it reluctantly as a kid. I had to get in the shower and freeze, right? Because we couldn't afford to pay the water bill. When in reality, we could afford to pay the water bill, but gambling caused problems with the family, right? So again, I had this belief system that even just being a landlord was like, oh my God, is that even possible for me? I don't even know if that's possible for me. Like, I just remember thinking, like, even oh my God, the landlord's coming? Crazy, the landlord, right? So eventually I was able to shift that belief system, but I just want to tell you, there's only 3 things that are going to shift your guys' belief system. Number 1 is you got to be around new people. So I'm glad you guys are here because you might meet somebody that'll change your life. Number 2, you need to have new experiences. So because what that's going to do is it's going to open up your eyes to what's possible for you. Okay? And then number 3 is new information. So there's so much information out there, but if you get the right information, you're around the right people, and then you get a new experience, all of a sudden you have what's called a paradigm shift. Does anybody know what that is? Raise your hand if you know what a paradigm shift is. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of an idea of what it is. So it's when you see things one way, and then all of a sudden you see things a completely different way. And guess what? You open up your eyes and you become the real version of yourself because this is the real men's breakfast. And when you become the real version of yourselves, this is when you can do anything that you guys want with your life. Anything. But you got to have that kind of enthusiasm. Like I said, the first thing, like you're cheering for that Stanley Cup team, guess what? Cheer for yourself like that. That's the real version of you. And when you open up your eyes to what's actually possible in your life, then you'll be surprised at what kind of life you can actually create. And when I shifted my belief system, I'll tell you this is what happened. I was working at a casino in security, and I was making $16.55 an hour. I was going to school at Mount Royal and taking health and physical education. And I was working at the casino for 3 years, but I wanted to do something different. I was searching for something, I want to do something different. My friend's brother was working in car sales. And he said, did you know you could make $10,000 a month selling cars? I was like, are you kidding me, bro? $10,000 a month? I'm like, yo, sign me up. Sign me up. Sure enough, I went, got a job as a car salesman. I spent my last $400 on a suit because I wanted to look like a professional car salesman. And that's what I was. First month, sold 10 cars. My third month, I had a commission check for $23,000. Imagine that. $23,000 in a month. I barely made that in a year as security. And all of a sudden, I made that in a month. But the only reason I made that, and I want to tell you guys why it's possible for you, is because I was around new people, I had new information, and I had new experiences. And I realized that it was possible for me. So the only way you're going to realize that it's actually possible for you is when you do those 3 things. And that's where I ended up. And I was like, wow. And then I led the team in the top Hyundai dealership in Western Canada for a very long time as a sales manager, did all the training, took care of all that stuff. But now, the real version of me came out, and I work for a transformational coaching company out of the States, and it's one of the biggest coaching companies in the world right now. And I'm super thankful for that, because then I get to pour into people like you guys. Because this is what it's about. It's about connecting with people. Because I'll tell you this, I have a lot of respect for Abe for bringing everybody together here, because there's so much power in community. and having a brotherhood and having people that have your back. So I just want to let you guys know also, like if you need anything, let me know. I know I just had a baby, but still, I'm here for you. I got you. I know Abe's got you, but I just want to let you guys know that. I'm not really sure how much time I got left, roughly 5 minutes? Okay, perfect. The last thing I wanted to tell you guys, okay? So this is the separator between who you are now and who you actually want to be. So I got a question for you first before I go into this. Who here is content and satisfied with every area of their life and they don't feel like they need to improve in anything? Raise your hand. Okay, nobody. Good. I don't want to see anybody's hand because the reason you guys are here is because you want to get better, you want to grow, you want to improve, and you don't want to stay the same. Am I right? Because that old version of you is not going to get you to the life that you guys actually want. And I'm sure we all have dreams and aspirations and goals for what we actually want, right? So the last thing that I want to leave you guys with, and the most important thing, is self-mastery. So you guys got to really think about this. What are your daily habits? What are you doing first thing in the morning? Do you have a good routine to prime your brain, to get your blood flowing, to get the endorphins going so that you can operate at an optimal level throughout your day and be the best version of yourself? That's what you really got to remember. And even when I was younger, I wasn't always like this. Like even when I played basketball, when I was in high school, I remember one summer, I was like, yeah, I'm going to practice every day. I'm going to practice every day. Guess what? I didn't practice every day. I practiced like twice, and then I opened up Call of Duty. Straight up. And then I played Call of Duty every day for 10 hours a day instead of playing basketball. And I was naturally good at basketball because I was a big guy, strong guy, but I didn't work on my skill set enough. That was the problem, right? And as I've gotten older, I realized how important it is to be disciplined in your daily routines and work on your skill set on a consistent basis. And that's why you got to remember, anything you guys are after, even you youngins, if you guys are playing a sport, you guys are doing anything like that, get after it every day, nose to the grind, stay relentless. Whatever it is you guys want, I'm telling you guys right now, you can get it. There's nothing holding you back. But make sure you're around the right people. And when you start to master your daily routines and become the real version of yourselves, like the real men's breakfast, that's when you become unstoppable. Thank you.